For last section in Chapter 4, we're talking about inequalities within one triangle. So we're going to use that idea that sides are across from angles. We've talked about that before. A side is across from an angle. And equal sides are going to be across from equal angles. Big sides are across from big angles. What do you think little sides are across from? You're right, little angles. So in a triangle, the smallest angle, whatever one is the tiniest, is going to be across from the tiniest side. And whatever angle is the biggest angle is going to be across from the biggest side. And vice versa, right? So here it says list the angles from smallest to largest. So we're going to look at the numbers 7, 8, 9 and say which one's the smallest. Well, 7 is the smallest number. Therefore, angle K is the smallest side. What's the medium number? 8. That's across from angle J. What's the biggest number? 9. That's across from angle L. And you have to have the angle symbols. It's as simple as that. Smallest side across from smallest angle. Medium side across from medium angle. Biggest side across from the biggest angle. A couple more times, and you might not even have to draw it anymore. You might be like, oh, 9 is across from angle F, 23 is across from angle D, and 28 is across from angle E. Or in the last one here, let's see, 15 is across from angle C, 16 from angle A, 19 from angle B. Usually people do pretty well listing the angles from smallest to biggest. It's a little trickier to list the sides because when you list a side, you have to list both letters. This segment is across from that angle. Segment BC is the smallest. Ah, wait, made a mistake, didn't I? Segment BC is not the smallest. Which one's the smallest? AB is the smallest, right? I forgot about that 25. BC is across from the 45. That's the medium one. And then that leaves side AC across from the 110. So make sure you're naming sides with segments. Here, 35 is across from DE. 40 is across from EF. And then 105 is across from DF. Next ones, you might be like, wait, you need to know all three angles. You got to fill in the missing angle. How do we do that? What do all the angles of a triangle add up to? Right, they add up to 180. So if I do this in my head a little bit, when I add those two, I get 118. So this one's going to be 62. Here, if I add those two, I get 122, so that one's going to be 58. So first, I had to find the missing angle. Then I could say, well, what's the smallest? 38, that's across from XY. Then Y is across from XZ. And then angle X, the 80, is across from YZ. And it doesn't matter what order you say the letters, like YZ, ZY, doesn't matter. As long as you got the smallest one first, JL, followed by JK, followed by KL or LK. So that's the triangle inequality theorem. Or sorry, that's the, triangles with inequalities within one triangle. The triangle inequality theorem talks about, can any group of three sides make a triangle? And we did the thing in class where we had 3 sticks, and we said, could these little sticks make a triangle? And at first everybody thinks like, yeah, any 3 sticks can make a triangle. What about these 3 sticks? Could those make a triangle? Or might those 2 small purple sticks be a little short for the long red one? So you can't always make a triangle. So we have this rule, triangle inequality theorem, we wrote it out for you. To make a triangle, the sum of the 2 shorter sides has to be bigger than the third side. That's what makes a triangle work. So like you can't have sides of 9 and 11 because they wouldn't be like tall enough to meet because this 20 is so big. Same thing here, the 12 plus the 15 is only 27. It's not bigger than 30. These are possible because 7 plus 10 is bigger than 15. So what we're going to do is check the two small numbers and see if they add up to be bigger than the last number. Is 5 plus 7 bigger than 13? No, it's not, because 5 plus 7 is 12, and 12 is not bigger than 13. Is 6 plus 9 bigger than 12? Yes, it is, because 15 is bigger than 12. Now, it can't be equal. Is 10 plus 15 bigger than 25? That's a tricky one, because people are like, well, it's equal to 25. It's not bigger than 25, so that's a no. And is 4 plus 7 bigger than 15? No. So in order to make a triangle, the two little sides have to add up to be bigger than the third side.